bankrupt this great nation. Democrats alike, though, must slay their sacred cows. Republicans must acknowledge that not every dollar spent on the military is necessary or well spent. Democrats must admit that domestic welfare and entitlements must be reformed. Republicans and Democrats must replace fear with confidence. Confidence that no terrorist and no country will ever conquer us if we remain steadfast to the principles of our founding documents. We have nothing to fear except our own unwillingness to defend what is naturally ours, our God-given rights. We have nothing to fear that should cause us to forget or relinquish our rights as free men and women. To thrive, we must believe in ourselves again, and we must never, never trade our liberty for any fleeting promise of security. Author Paul Kenger writes of a brisk evening in a small town in Illinois. Returning home from a basketball game at the YMCA, an 11-year-old boy is stunned by the sight of his father, sprawled out in the snow on the front porch. He was drunk, his son would later remember, dead to the world, crucified. The dad's hair was soaked with melted snow, matted against his reddened face. The boy stood over his father for a minute or two. He simply wanted to let himself in the door and pretend his dad wasn't there. Instead, he grabbed a fistful of overcoat and he heaved his dad into the bedroom away from the weather's harm and the neighbor's attention. This young boy would become the man, Ronald Reagan. The man we know as Ronald Reagan, whose sunny optimism and charisma shined so brightly that it cured the malaise of the late 70s. A confidence that beamed so broadly that it pulled us through a serious recession. And a faith that tugged so happily at the hearts of all that a generation of Democrats became Republicans. The American dream is that any among us could become the next Thomas Edison, the next Henry Ford, the next Ronald Reagan. But to lead us forward away from this looming debt crisis, it will take someone who believes in greatness, who believes in and can articulate the American dream, someone who has created jobs, someone who understands and appreciates what makes America great, someone who will lead our party and our nation forward. I believe that someone is our nominee, Governor Mitt Romney. As Reagan said, our freedom is never more than a generation away from extinction. If our freedom is taken, the American dream will wither and die. To lead, we must transform the coldness of austerity into the warm, vibrant embrace of prosperity. To overcome the current crisis, we must appreciate and applaud American success. We must step forward unabashedly and proclaim, "You did build that. You earned that. You worked hard. You studied. You labored. You did build that." And you deserve America's undying gratitude for you